The 1970 California Emergency Services Act was enacted to keep emergency operations centers, or EOCs, operating following natural disasters. While new buildings are designed to meet the requirements of the Act, there was no mandate to retrofit older structures. In 1995, vulnerability to critical facilities included location of the Oakland EOC in an office building with no backup generators on site, numerous normally designed buildings housing city halls, which are very important in coordinating disaster response, central offices for police operations located in city halls, which are therefore vulnerable, police facilities that will be damaged structurally and non-structurally sufficiently to reduce the ability to respond, many fire stations spread out over the East Bay, most in older buildings. A 1995 study of Oakland fire stations showed that 18 out of 29 required retrofitting in 1995. Hospitals built before the 1973 Hospital Seismic Safety Act, especially 1950s and 1960s concrete structures, were vulnerable. In the 15 years since the EERI symposium, many municipalities in the Hayward Fault region have either retrofit or replaced their city hall buildings. These include Albany, Berkeley, Oakland, Hayward, and San Francisco. The Berkeley, Oakland, Hayward, and San Francisco City Hall structures are all base isolated and are expected to be operational shortly after a major earthquake. Since 1995, the cities of San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, Hayward, Fremont, and others have all completed major seismic retrofit projects or replacement of their fire stations. The 1995 scenario document reported that in 1973 the state of California passed the Hospital Seismic Safety Act, and hospitals built after 1973 have a greater chance of being operational after an earthquake. Hospitals constructed after 1973 performed well in the Northridge earthquake, with the exception of water systems, damage to which were serious enough to shut down entire buildings. As of April 2001, there were 89 hospitals in 10 Bay Area counties with a total of 484 buildings. Of those buildings, 66 or 14% were expected to be functional following the Hayward Fault earthquake. 242 or 50% were expected to have limited availability due to structural damage. And 176, or approximately 36%, posed a significant risk of collapse in the scenario earthquake. Of 108 buildings at 19 hospitals in Alameda County, only 11 were expected to be fully functioning after the earthquake. 80 had inadequate non-structural bracing, and 39 were at collapse risk. In 2007 study prepared for the California Healthcare Foundation analyzed the challenge to implement Senate Bill 1953, or SB 1953, using historical rates of construction and permit filings with Chpt. The most important finding was that about half of the non-LifeSafe hospital infrastructure will not be compliant with the 2008-2013 deadlines for SB 1953 and may not be able to comply with the final 2030 deadline. As of July 2010, 16 hospitals in Alameda County were reported as having critical care buildings with an SPC 1 rating. An SPC 1 rating means that the structure is considered hazardous and at risk of collapse or significant loss of life in the event of an earthquake. Bay Area hospitals are shown on this Google Earth map.